Welcome back to Forever Young. My name is Eric Johnson, and here with me today is Shanti Devi. We're here at the Health Hut on Henry Street. In the last segment, we started talking about healthy salt. And like you were saying, you don't necessarily have to cut salt out of your diet, but you have to change over to a kind of salt that humans were meant to eat. You know, humans are never meant to eat refined, mined, and then washed and refined salt. So we brought some salt to the table here. We've got several different. We've got one of the top salts, which is it's a pink Himalayan sea salt. It's actually mined It's mined from the Himalayan mountains. It's an ancient sea salt from like thousands of years ago. That was a sea that since receded. But this is what they call pink Himalayan sea salt. It's got a great other mineral profile. It's got lots of different. It's got sodium, but then also has many other nutrients. It's got lots of trace elements in there. You know, it's got cadmium and silver and lots of different other trace nutrients, the selenium the body needs in the salt.
And this type of salt, if you have this type of salt, you can have really as much salt as you want because you're not having the property. You're not going to be having the
body knows what to do with this salt.
Yes, your body can handle this salt. It's not an excess because a bulk of it, even though it's sodium, there are these 90 other trace minerals and things like this. So it is nutrient dense for you. It's not just the processed salt. Sea salt is something that is processed. It can be highly processed. Most of the stuff that's at your regular grocery store will be highly heated processed sea salt.
Yeah, it actually is from seawater, but then the other nutrients have been washed out for conformity of color and texture and grain size and flowing agents added. So sea salt isn't just sea salt. So there's different. This is probably the top of the line.
Yeah, this is a better choice. This is the best choice. And, for your health, and this is going to be a little more expensive, but it's well worth it. So many people that have, blood pressure problems and such, they'll switch to this, and they can go back to having a diet that tastes good, because salts really, to have food taste really good, salt is essential.
And the people, we need to address the issue that these usually do not have added iodine to them.
Right.
So, but then that shouldn't be an issue, because you should be eating some kind of seaweed in your diet anyways. Even if it's just kelp capsules, they're very inexpensive. Like I take kelp and I take iodine drops, because even if you're getting iodized salt, you're not getting near enough iodine. With the amount of toxic exposure that we're all experiencing, you need many, many more times the amount of iodine that's found in iodized salt.
Yeah.
So these actually do contain less iodine than your standard, Morton salt that's on, table salt. But they do contain trace amounts of iodine, so they're not iodine free, but not the higher amount that is added to standard salt. But that doesn't matter. This is still a much, much better choice. This is something your body knows what to do with. Your kidneys know how to process. This forms like a salt saline in the body, where instead of making you bloated and damaging your kidneys, the body knows how to use sea salt. It can actually it actually makes the viscous fluid in your body. What's the word I'm looking for? I just read it and I can't remember the terminology they use, but your body knows what to do with this in essence. It doesn't see it as a toxin. Another form which many people have never thought about, but this is something called, this is concentrated Utah sea minerals, which is basically seawater that's been concentrated down out of the Great Salt Lake in a very clean part of the Salt Lake in Utah. And this you actually spray on your food. You can add it to recipes. You can spray it like right on your food at the kitchen table. You can put this in a small spray bottle and spray it. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's got it's quite high sodium. It's got a lot of chloride. It's got lots of other trace nutrients. It's actually got 80 other trace nutrients like boron and sulfur and magnesium and chloride. Chloride is. People think about sodium chloride, but they think that's one product. But sodium chloride is sodium and chloride. The chloride you need, most people are deficient in chloride, which is good. But then you need the other nutrients, not just sodium and chloride. But this contains many, many other nutrients. So this is great to use, like to spray it on your food, to use it at the stove. You can use it at the table. You can use it in recipes. You just measure it out. It tells you how much to use.
So is there a benefit to that that's different than this that would make the hassle of spraying it in a bottle worth it?
I think so, because it actually adds a tremendous amount of flavor and adds lots of trace nutrients. This is almost like a trace mineral supplement.
Oh.
Well, it is a trace mineral supplement, but it's used like a table salt. Okay, enough about salts. Do not use regular salt. If you don't take anything from this whole discussion, you've got to stop using refined salt. It's just humans were never meant to use refined salt. So even when you go out to a restaurant, you can buy a little sealed bottle that you can take and put it in your pocket or your purse if you carry a purse. You should never use table salt ever.